Today we continue with our class Shabbos Home, and this session and all of them should be dedicated to Refuah Shlema of our dear Rabbi Yaron Reuven Shlita. His name is Yaron Ben Doris. Also to Refuah Shlema Yehudis Bas Noach, Ariela Ora Bas Anna, Imim Rasi Rachel Bas Brindel, and David Shlomo Ben Sandra. Also a quick release of Moshe Shmuel Ben Pnina, BeEzrat HaShem. So we continue today with our book Shabbos Home, and now a big topic is the same. We started two classes ago. Very extensive topic. It's a chapter 16, plowing. Right, plowing. 1 second. Right, plowing. So it's subsection B. Leveling the ground. Leveling the surface of the ground by removing the mounds or filling the hole with earth is in order to facilitate planting, is a tolada of choresh, plowing, because the ground is thereby improved by for planting. In early days, many homes had earthen floors. These floors, of course, in the course of time, became unleavened, right, from people walking over them, and thus needed to be leveled again. Leveling the earth's floor is violation of milacha baneh, building, not plowing, because the earth inside the home, in the house, is in any case not fit for planting. Since the leavening improves the use of the ground surface as a part of the house, it is considered building. Okay, so and now we're going to go into details about leveling. Okay, so let's start with this introduction, and we're going to explain a little more deeper. So again, leveling the surface of the ground by removing the mounds and filling the hole. With the earth, in order to facilitate the planting, is tolada, right? Choresh, plowing, right? So meaning what? So I remember one time we were in Idaho, I think, and we were driving, and there are fields of potato, but it's so many hills that the road the fields goes like that. I'm not sure how they were able to plow, but I thought to myself, right, in order to level it, I mean, to make it leveled, it would I don't know, cost a lot of money, a lot. So I'm not sure what exactly they're doing, but it's not very productive for a plow to go up and down. Sometimes it's goes in the whole depth, then sometimes not in the whole depth. So meaning if somebody wants to produce good crops, they have to level the ground. So the plow go and onto the same depth across the whole field. Like even us not being in agriculture, right? We understand this. Okay. So and by leveling the ground, you improve the ground for planting, right? So meaning now you would plow better and everything is going to be better. Right, and if you water the ground, for example, if some places are lower, so the all water is going to be collected there in the lower places and not in the upper, right? So, but okay, so now we're going to go to the early days, right? When the most of the homes was earthen floor. People had money for especially in the Middle East, there were not too much wood, right? Wood would be very expensive, right? So many, and it was not as cold, right? Manageable, right? In many places in the winter. So people were poor, so they would have this earthen floor. All right, and as you see, as written in olden books, they say this person, he was rich. You know how rich he was? He had wooden floor. Whoa, he had wooden floor, meaning that that person was truly rich, wooden floor. So meaning majority of the people would have earthen floor. right? Of course, when you walk on the ground, like in the path where you walk, like in your living room, like living room, but in a path of your walk, so like the ground becomes uneven, right? Because you press the ground, right? So what they would do, right? They would level the ground. How? By sweeping, sweeping the dirt from one place into another. Okay. So right. So now he said that leveling this earth would violate the Milach of Baneh, building. I don't remember, did we do Baneh or not? I don't remember. Oh yeah, we did not do. Okay. Yeah, it's far ahead. But in few words, so we're not allowed to build anything, a structure. Right, we're not allowed. And how do you start from building? You first level the ground. So if you see when it says like new construction, they come, they measure with these tripods, whatever this thing called, right? The people come and they level the ground. I mean, they do all of this. Drawings, all of this things for a builder to level the ground exactly. So sometimes, for example, where we live, in a front of the building is one level, but in the back, meaning to get into the apartment, right, on the first floor, right? Somebody who lives on the first floor. So I think it's like one step. Some of them I think no, it's one big step. Okay, one big step, and you're in the first floor apartment. But if you go to the back of the apartment, it's like 5 steps. I didn't count, but I think it's 6 steps. So meaning, you see, but of course, inside of the house, it's like in apartments, it's all leveled. But you see, that's a big difference. Right. So this, but in it could be the difference on a street, but when you build in the base, it must be exactly flat, exactly straight. Okay. So, and that's what leveling comes from. And of course, it's not preparing of the ground inside of the house, because nothing is going to grow in the house, and you don't want anything to grow in a house. Okay. So, but so even though the person who is going to sweep or somehow level the floor in apartment, he's not or she's not going to violate the melach of plowing, but for sure they're going to violate the melach of building. Again, the first step of building to make straight, the ground straight. Okay. So then we go number 1, activities forbidden to prevent leveling of the ground. Right. Activities. Okay. Since the leveling of the ground of a field violates the melach of plowing, so now we're going to the field, because in a house, of course, nothing is going to grow, but in a field for sure is going to grow, right? And leveling the ground of the floor or path, ground inside the building, violates the melach of the building. The following activities were prohibited by the sages in order to prevent such a transgression: A. Sweeping floors, B. Washing floors, C. Rolling balls. Okay. So before, it's like introduction, and now I say that we're going to go in all of the details. So again, activities forbidden to prevent leveling the ground. Okay. So as we understand, it's all of this going to be rabbinically forbidden, right? Sweeping the floor. I mean, usually when you build in a building, right, you do it for yourself. You're not going to level the ground with a broom, most likely. With a shovel, with other equipment, yes, but not with a broom. But it's still forbidden on forbidden. Okay. So again, since the leveling of the ground of the field violates the melach of plowing, right? So meaning when we level again the level of the field, we improve the field for sure, right? And leveling ground of the floor or a path, ground inside the building, violates the melach of building. So as we said, you level. So two different melacha. The following activities were prohibited by the sages. Again, as we said, it's rabbinical, in order to prevent such transgressions. So A, sweeping the floors. B, washing the floors. So of course, when you wash, especially when you wash hard floors, nothing is going to happen. You're not going to make it smoother. You're not going to make cleaner, yes, but not anything else. And rolling the ball. So roll a ball is going to level the ground, or somebody would try to make you see, if the field is not even, and somebody's playing the ball. So if it's like there are some mounts, right? So like even small mounts. So this ball is going to bounce in different directions, and in order for the ball to be predictable, they want to be to make it exactly flat. So that's what we're afraid of. Okay, so A, sweeping the floors. The sage prohibited sweeping the earthen floors on Shabbos because inevitably some uneven areas of the ground will be leveled out. The sages extended the prohibition to non-earthen floor as well in order to prevent one mistakenly sweep the earthen areas. However, the sages did permit sweeping not earthen floors in cities in which most of the homes have constructed rather than earthen flooring. Okay. Accordingly, today one is permitted to sweep the floor. However, it must be done with a soft brooms whose bristles do not break. Sweeping a paved yard in front of the house is permitted even if the area beyond is earthen. The pavement in front of the house, one's house, is deemed an extension of the house, whereas the remaining area is not. Okay. So as you see, a lot of information. So let's try to understand. Where did we learn it? Well, I think we will learn a little bit about this topic in the lack of laundry. I think, if I remember correctly. So there we say you're not allowed to wash, but you would be allowed to sweep. An example that we gave when somebody kids play or somebody, you have crumbs, right? You have the guest and they ate cookies, or kids they ate cereal, whatever. So you have crumbs all over your carpet, right? So you would be able to sweep the crumbs, or somebody somebody drops something on the floor. Right. As I remember many years ago, so we went to one show, and it was a person this one of the bachelors who is in his 50 and he's still not married. He's not married because of his personality, basically. And the guy was when he would eat, he would crumble the challah. It was disgusting view. And when he would stand out, his chair, when he was sitting, was full of crumbs, and around him, the whole area there, you see the table, from a little distance. So everywhere it's clean or not clean. Some pieces maybe on the floor, but where he sees, all of the crumbs of the world. So of course you're allowed to sweep the crumbs. Okay. So meaning it's in honor of Shabbos, not to prepare for the weekday, but in honor of Shabbos, or kids they spill something, drop cereals on the back, then on the carpet, and somebody stepped on it. Guess what? They played. I guess right, it does not look good. So you're allowed to sweep. Okay, so let's see. The sages prohibited sweeping the earthen floor on Shabbos because inevitably, right, some uneven area of the ground will be leveled out. So that's from. I mean, it's classic understanding. There is no problem, no doubts, right? That's what it is. So, meaning, do we have this earthen floor in our houses? I don't think so. Even today, maybe in the poor countries, some they have huts, but usually Jews don't live in these countries. Usually, I hope so. In Africa, there are many Jews, and we have many of them watching our channels. They contact me. I mean, they say they're Jews. What do I know? Okay. Some of them want to convert, but some of them actually Jews. That's what they say. Okay. Continue. The sages extended the prohibition of not earthen floors, right, as the not earthen as well, in order to prevent one from mistakenly sweeping the earthen area, right? So sages say, meaning maybe on the first floor you have an earthen floor, but if you have a second floor, of course you cannot have earthen floor. You have a wooden floor. Some other, yeah, wood was the only material. I don't think they would put tiles like. I don't think so. Maybe, but right, marble. Maybe it's in very very rich houses. But if the person so rich, he would not put. He would not leave the earthen floor. So okay. So let's see. Well, let's say not so rich per person. Like on the second floor, they did not have a choice. They put wood. But on the ground floor is would be earthen floor. So in this case, yes, it would person would be forbidden to sweep the second floor. Why? Because it's inevitably he is going to come to sweep the first floor, which is forbidden. Okay, so that's understandable. However, the sages did permit sweeping the non-earthen floors in cities in which most of the homes are constructed, rather than earthen flooring. Right. So meaning, if I think most of us live in places where we have any hard floor, which is tiles, I don't know, even cement, even carpets, right? So whatever covering, parquet floor, well, that doesn't matter. So it's considered to be hard, like constructed floor, right? So meaning for us it is allowed to sweep, but again, it must be like in a over Shabbos. So don't start just because it's sweeping. You're not allowed to sweep the whole room, for example, right? So if something that was dropped on the floor, or you miss something, and now like you feel embarrassed, and now your mother-in-law is coming, your father-in-law is coming, say, oh, you married this girl. We told you, you never listen to us. Okay, so in this case, yeah, it would be allowed for you to spread the embarrassment, to sweep in the places where you missed. No problem, right? So in honor of Shabbos, in Shabbos needs. Okay, right. But it says, however, it must be done with a soft broom, whose bristles do not break. So what does it mean? So I mean, they still sell today this natural brooms, right? From I'm not sure if it costs more or not more. I'm not sure. But if you buy the plastic one, synthetic one, usually they don't break. I mean, of course they break. Everything breaks, but in order to break, you have to. You have to exert some efforts. So by themselves, it's not going to break. By the natural ones, right? They break more easily. Okay. I'm not sure if they sweep better. I'm not sure, but some people prefer those. Yeah, so those would be problem. But again, if you don't apply pressure, there should not be an issue. Sweep and pave the yard, right, in front of the house is permitted. Even the area beyond is earthen. So sometimes a person would have a like backyard, and they would have like some plot with tiles or something paved, right, or bricks, whatever is it, right, and then beyond that the earthen floor, right. So right, the earth. It's not floor, but earth. So there is no problem, right, because as he said, the very interesting explanation is beautiful. So since it is attached to the house, it's like continuation of the house, continuation of the floor of the house. Even it's a different floor, it's irrelevant. It's still connected to the house. Okay, so that's why in this area, when it's paved, it is allowed to sweep. On the ground, of course, you're not allowed to sweep. Okay, so next case is B, washing floors. Washing the earthen floors is prohibited because one might inevitably level the earth in the process. Here too, the sages extended the prohibition to non-earthen floors out of the concern that one might mistakenly wash the earthen floor. Some poskim rule that this prohibition is applicable even in a city where most of the homes have non-earthen floors. They distinguish between the sweeping of the floor and washing of the floor. Sweeping of the floor is considered accepted daily accepted daily necessity. The sages therefore did not prohibit sweeping the non-earthen surfaces, where the most homes have such floors, because it would impose a significant hardship. However, washing the floor is not a customary considered daily necessity. Since refraining from washing the floor on Shabbos would not impose any undue hardship, the sages prohibited washing any type of the floor on Shabbos. Okay, so let's finish up. And it says, in situation where the non-earthen the surface is very dirty, for example, there is excrement on the floor, one may spray a cleaning fluid, for example, Windex, to clean the area. This is not considered washing. Okay. Washing is defined as deliberately pouring liquid into the floor for the purpose of cleaning it. However, wiping up this spill involves other halakhic consideration. See Shabbos Kitchen 196. Okay, we try to discuss it. Okay, BeEzrat HaShem. Even though one is forbidden to wash floors on Shabbos, one is permitted, however, to sprinkle water on any type of floor in order to settle the dust. Okay, so as you see, it's a lot of information. HaShem, so let's try to review it and understand. Okay, so now we're going to washing the floor. So idea is the same. Our sages were afraid that by washing the floor, we're going to level the ground. Okay, and as we understand, it's easier, right? When somebody is wet, it's more soft, easier to move the soft ground than the dry one. Okay, which makes sense. So again, washing an earthen surface is prohibited because one may inadvertently level the earth in the process. So exactly the same so far. The reason is exactly the same as in a sweeping. Here too, the sages extend the prohibition to the non-earthen floor out of the concern that one may mistakenly wash the earthen floor. So meaning that when they say the sages, that sages of the Talmud. Again, the same consideration as sweeping. So when people have both floors, earthen floor and finished floor. Some poskim rule that this prohibition applies even in a city when the most of the homes have non-earthen floors. Okay, so now he said some. So meaning technically it is allowed. I mean, there's a different problem with washing the floor. The main problem would be, as we learned, is in squeezing, right? So you're not allowed to squeeze. So squeeze was water. Oh, okay. I apologize. We learned it in Melacha of laundering, right? Laundry. Now it came out. Right. Laundry. So you're not allowed to squeeze things, right? To wring it. So last process, we said laundry consists of 3 steps. Just to remind, right? First is soaking, right? So soaking, and same today we're using our washing machine. So when you wash the clothes first, I mean, you can wash without the soaking, but I think it's a very good idea to soak it for whatever. Depends on the things that you wash, and then you wash. Right? Then you apply pressure, like a washing machine goes a circle, or we wash by hands, right? You wash by hands, and then the third step is wringing. So this wringing meaning squeezing liquid that was trapped in this thing. So when you wash the floors, most likely you're going to squeeze. You're going to squeeze the liquid, right? So which is from the map. Okay. Right. So according to some poskim, it applies the prohibition. Even applies to the not earthen floors, finished floors. They distinguish between sweeping the floor and washing the floor. So meaning, what is the difference? So they say, yeah, in that in the first case of sweeping we allowed, and because in the case of washing we did not allow, and because a beautiful, very simple explanation. Sweeping the floor is considered accepted daily necessity. So I mean, maybe not every day people sweep the floor, but much more often. Let's put it this way: much more often than washing the floor. Right? So many times you have just something fell, right? Even in the kitchen, you just sweep and that's it. But washing the floor, maybe like on Friday afternoon or something, like most of the people would wash their floor, right? But not every day for sure. I mean, of course, there are people who would wash every day, but majority people would not. But sweeping much often. So that's what he said is the difference. Meaning it's activity that common to most of the people. Okay. And that's another halakhic consideration. So as we learn in different halakhas, what other people would do. So right, would they do something like that or not? Majority of the people. Okay. The sages therefore did not prohibit sweeping the not earthen surface, where the most home have such floors, right? In today's time. So again, no sweeping is allowed. Right, and he said because it would impose significant hardship. So what is the hardship? So every time you walk by and you see kids stepped on a cereal, and so you have this guy he ate the challah and he eats and he talks, and the pieces of food kind of like falling from his mouth. It's unbelievable. So no normal woman wants to marry such a person. But he got married. I'm not sure how old was he. They told me in his 60s, I think. So she was a widow. Also, right. So they got married. And it's very interesting, right? So a person like that, so you have to sweep. Otherwise, it is embarrassing. Like people say, what happened there? Oh no, that's my husband. Oh, that's it. That's where my husband usually sits. So they would suspect they have mice in the house. However, washing the floor is not customary, considered daily necessity, as we said, for most of the people. Since refraining from washing the floor on Shabbos would not impose any undue hardship. Right. So meaning if you swept as much as you want, and plus you can always clean as we said, right? You can with what is it? I think it's also we learn in Melacha of laundry, and also we learn it in the Shabbos kitchen as well. So if you have a spill, for example, on the floor, so you can take dry napkins, right? Put it, make sure that they absorb, right? Or gather together whatever, have salad, tuna salad, egg salad fell on the floor. There is no problem. You can gather it with a napkin, throw in the garbage, and even if the some liquids are spilled. So again, the only issue with the spill is that for you not to squeeze it, not to wring it. So that's why we say not to use sponge, but regular disposable napkins. There is no problem. So some people use they prepare a lot of. Paper napkins. They prepare pre-cut before Shabbos, or just use the regular napkins they call it dinner napkins, regular napkins. You don't have to cut anything, and they are also good as absorbent and you can use them. Okay, so again, the only thing, not to squeeze them. That's it. Okay. Continue. Situation when the not earthen floor surface is very dirty. For example, excrement on the floor. I mean from the animal or something. So if it's a dry dirt, there's no problem. You just pick up with a napkin. That's it. But if it's a child, right? He forgot to put. He decided to take off diapers and forgot to put it on, and went when he felt the urge, whatever, and now this stuff is on the floor, right? And it's in a more liquidy form. So you're allowed to it's not going to be washed when you spray something. Solution, of course, you use a napkin. There is no problem, right? So it's not considered to be washing, right? Gathering spot washing is not washing, because when they say washing the floor, I mean a big area, you clean the whole room. Right, when it's spot clean, it's not right. So washing is defined by deliberately pouring liquid onto the floor for the purpose of cleaning it. Right. So meaning when you clean the floor, it doesn't matter. In one place it's more dirty, in one place it's cleaner. That let's say under the table, but people do not walk. Right. So usually it's cleaner, and when people walk or people see, they're a little more dirty. So, but you're going to when you washing the floor in the room, you're going to wash everywhere. But in here, spot cleaning, no problem. Okay. Right. However, the wiping up the spills, here see halachic consideration, see Shabbos kitchen. Okay, it wasn't Shabbos kitchen, but that's what we explained. The only issue, of course, not the one. The issue would be not allowed to tear from paper towel roll, right? Not allowed. So again, tear before Shabbos. Prepare as many as you want, or use regular napkins. Okay. But some people prefer this paper towel because they're more absorbent, they're more durable stuff. Okay, no problem. Whatever you use. The only thing, it is not allowed to tear, and there is not allowed to squeeze. That's it. So sometimes when you have a big spill, if you have some food remains in your garbage pail, right? So meaning, especially if you had it before, or if it was clean on Friday Eve, so there was not only muktzah but also food remains. What is food remains? You peeled cucumber for your salad, right? So technically, this peel is edible. So I mean, you don't want to eat it; it's a different story, but it's edible. So meaning this garbage pail never became muktzah. I mean, with not long. I think we covered some of it in the laws of Yom Tov, right? But just to put it into perspective, right? So in this case, it's not muktzah. You can bring the garbage pail next to the spill, and you can wipe the spill and put the napkins right on the garbage pail. So you would be safe, like when you walk into the garbage in order not to squeeze. Okay. Or you can put it in a bag. Take a plastic bag and put all of these napkins right in the bag. Either one is good. Continue. Even though one is forbidden to wash floors on Shabbos, one is permitted, however, to sprinkle water on any type of floor in order to settle the dust. Right? In places, where the dust and there are no nets, right? I mean, we're really there are all nets everywhere, on all over window, even on a storm door. You take out the glass, you have net. But in other countries, and this is a pretty modern invention. I'm not sure how old is it, but not very old. But in old countries, in different countries, you just open the window and that's it. And sometimes, in the spring, you have all of these things that from the tree, or all of the dust coming to your house. So sometimes, you cannot sweep it. So if you start sweeping, a person with allergy, you're going to choke themselves. So they sprinkle the water and then try to gather in in a moist condition. That's what it is. Okay. So let's continue, and we do now the next one, rolling the balls. Okay, the poskim prohibit rolling the balls on a similar object on the earthen surface because of the concern that one might level the ground, provide a smooth surface on which to roll the ball. Okay, therefore, it is forbidden to play soccer outdoors even if there isn't a roof. Similarly, playing basketball on an earthen surface is forbidden because the game cannot properly be played on uneven surface. Right? Hence, the concern that one may level the ground and transgress the melacha of building is in effect. Some poskim permit rolling the ball on a non-earthen surface. However, most poskim rule that it is that the prohibition includes all surfaces. Accordingly, one is also forbidden to play soccer or basketball even on concrete surface. All authorities agreed that one is permitted to roll the ball on a covered, there is carpet floor. The Rabbi's rabbinic ban applies only to an uncovered floor, which might be confused with the earthen floor. A covered floor will surely not be mistaken for the earthen floor. Okay. Uh, so let's try to understand what it says here. So now we're talking about the bull. So that generally is it some people ask me, they had the question: is it allowed to play this game? And some I'm telling you, like some people ask the question and they do not even know what they ask. So a person said. I have this hobby and that hobby, and the person has 1 million hobbies, and he said, and plus I want to convert to Judaism. Say, why you need to convert to Judaism? You look such a happy and busy person. Just look at the list of 17 hobbies that you have. Like, why do you need that? And if we say you're not allowed to to do these hobbies, and you have to learn the Torah like on Shabbos, what are you going to do? Right, it's very interesting. So, and some people ask about playing the basketball and say the great sages. I say, stop it with the great sages, right? Right. So meaning that they want to play basketball. I mean, if you have a 5-year-old son and you already learn with him Torah, and he has no attention, or 7 and 10 years old, okay, so he has no more attention. He wants to run around, right? And you're home, right? Because it's Shabbos. So of course you can play with him something. Right, for exercise because it's child, but by yourself or a teenager above the bar mitzvah, they should not use play ball. So as I said to multiple people, look, you've been given the holy soul on Shabbos to learn Torah. You're going to waste it on what? On do what other people do? Like run after the ball and be excited if you score the score. That's what it is. So it's embarrassment for this neshama. So right, you can do all of these things. You should preferably never do these things. I mean, if you need for health, it's a different reason, like a little exercise. But there's no problem. But maybe it's not proper for a grown-up man to go outside with like shorts or whatever trunks that they play soccer. Right, you're Jew, you're prince, right? Of course, the princes today they do whatever they want, but normal princes from previous generation, nobody would go in a bathing suit or something. Okay, of course they might swim in the private pool, but not in everybody to see them. Okay, so now we're going to this rolling balls. Okay, the poskim prohibit rolling a ball or similar object on an earthen surface because of the concern that might level the ground and provides a smooth surface, right, on which to roll the ball, right? So meaning right, so there were some depressions, right? They would try to feel it and stuff like that. So the problem also, if there is a grass there, so by running over the grass, a person might tear the grass, and there is another violation, right? So you cannot cut. You cannot cut. So yeah, a person say it's inevitable. Yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, it's accidental. It's accidental, but it's inevitable. When you run, like when you play sports, you do sudden moves, right? Most likely, you're going to tear some grass, break the grass for sure. Flowers, wildflowers, whatever is it. So many problems. Therefore, it is forbidden to play soccer outdoors, even if there is Eruv. So, I mean, the second issue, if there is no Eruv, so you cannot move objects, right? So we said you cannot move object from one domain to another, or 4 amos. 4 amos, we said 7.5 feet, around 2 meters, in a public domain, right? So playing soccer for sure is one of these issues. Right, so they say even if you have Eruv, right? Similarly, basketball on the earthen surface is forbidden because the game cannot properly be played on uneven surface, right? On uneven surface, right? So meaning they would fill the gaps and to make it even. So and some when I go to from shul, I pass this basketball court, right? Sometimes play, sometimes individuals they. Practice. Sometimes the people play several guys, right? Usually teenagers, sometimes and some older people. And sometimes these people they have such a concentrated look on their face. Like I would imagine I would say they have the same look when I learned Talmud. So before that I had Talmud class. So like when on a topic when we don't understand, both of us do not understand, and we try to concentrate all of the power and squeeze from ourselves, all of the wisdom or something. So that these people have the same look on their face. Like I'm not kidding you. So meaning, and it is true, they concentrate on this. So Jew cannot be like that. So we're born from with different purpose. These people, they play basketball and it's amazing for them, and they should continue playing and not doing bad things, not doing drugs or criminal activities. Let them play the basketball as much as they can, and they want and better the whole day long. You understand? But for Jew is like you been given this holy soul for what again? Playing basketball with his face. Hence, the concern that one may level, right, the ground and transgress the milach of building is in effect. So, and here sometimes they argue, sometimes like I have my headphones always like right. Sometimes a little like louder, not louder, okay, but they sometimes they scream at each other. Sometimes they curse, not curse, but it's so loud, like they take it so personally. They're so excited about it, like. Unbelievable, right? Right. So meaning that if these people would see imperfection, so what I'm trying to say, in the ground, they would feel it for sure. So meaning that everything by them must be perfect. Okay. Some poskim, so that's why our poskim saw that if a person has this mentality that the score is so important, the game is so important, for sure he's going to forget and he's going to level the ground. Some poskim permit rolling the ball on non-earthen surface. So that's right. So meaning, according to this poskim, again, if you have kids, not adults, nobody said adults are allowed, but like kids up to bar mitzvah, but I would say from 11 years old, it's a little embarrassing for you to play sports. I mean, if person is going to do some other forbidden activities, like I don't know, the person, this kid is so bored, or like teenage is so bored, or even adults, unfortunately, so bored that they're going to I don't know, watch TV or something, or turn on their phone on Shabbos. I'm talking about Shabbos. Right, so let them play basketball. So I mean, we've also from this generation we understand how crazy people are. Okay, but in general, for normal person, it's not allowed. With kids, yet otherwise not. However, most poskim rule that the prohibition includes all surfaces. Right. So, but again, there's some leniency, but I would say with the kids only. Right. Others say with all surfaces. Accordingly, one is forbidden to play soccer or basketball, even on concrete surface. Okay. Concrete surface. All authorities agree that one is permitted to roll a ball on a covered or carpet floor. I mean, in a house when you play. Or some, I think in one of the parks not too far from me, they have the synthetic covering. Right, so it's not grass. I mean, I mean, it looks like grass, but I think it's not. It's yeah, so it would be allowed to play there. Right. The rabbinic ban applies only to an uncovered floor. Okay, so for sure, which might be confused with the earthen floor. So meaning as with all other cases, so if we allowed this, so people would draw the wrong conclusion. They would allow. They think that it's allowed to play ball even on earthen surfaces. Okay, so playing Kugelach. It is permitted to play Kugelach indoors on Shabbos. Okay, no problem. So let me quickly check time. So yes, all right. So let's stop here. Let's stop here, and the next topic, just quickly introduce making pharaohs on the ground. So that's one is a famous one, especially on sukkahs when we have sukkah outside and people drag things like benches or chairs. Like for sure they're going to make a pharaoh. Especially some people who have good chairs, like expensive, like cast metal or something, right? For sure it's like or like benches like this cast metal. For sure they're very very heavy, and they would create pharaohs. Okay, so we'll see next time. Let's take 5 minutes break and we continue with other topics. Today is Wednesday night. Story time.